How can you be more authentic on YouTube and on camera? Fact of the matter is, being authentic is so rewarding because you get to be you. You don't have to try so damn hard. And fact of the matter is, oftentimes an audience will connect with you in such a deep manner, and it'll help you to get the views, to grow, to bring viewers back. Let's talk about it. Number one is to share personal stories, but to do it in a manner where you're still honoring what your channel is about. So for me, for example, when I started, I was over the top with my humor, and the humor eclipsed the fact that you're here right now trying to learn about YouTube and authenticity and showing up on camera. And then over time, I began to incorporate elements of my life like my dogs, my poodles, and I came up with this quirky saying, you know, subscribe and feed a poodle. And I mean, it's too much, it's a little weird, but my audience really dug that, and they still remember, and they mention poodles and so much more. Incorporating stories into your videos in an appropriate way is uber powerful. Number two is to be honest with where you're at in various subjects, your morality, whether it's popular or not. When you're able to share how you truly feel about something without regard or worry about the audience, that is a powerful position, and people will respect and appreciate that in you. Number three is to show vulnerability. Goodness, do I love this topic. Being vulnerable, a lot of people think, oh, that is weakness. It's the opposite. It's showing that you're human. It's showing that you can expose yourself for who you are, what you represent, and more. It's showing the flaws and imperfections of your personality, which makes people just see you as another human being, as someone that they can relate to, which is so very powerful. Number four is great for YouTube. Avoid the over edit. Fact of the matter is, there are a lot of videos on this platform about how you can grow and make your videos like go viral with your editing. You can't. 99% of the time, it's impossible. What truly drives results is the topics you cover, and then how you cover those topics, your delivery, the stories you tell. Now, to be fair, editing can help with that, but it's not the end-all be-all, and oftentimes a simple video edit is more powerful because it puts the spotlight on you. And item number five is to use your natural voice, especially for dudes. It's easy to push up the bass to create that full bass sound, but is that really who you are, the authentic you? For me, I add a bit of bass, but I also pull up the midtones, and I don't try to be anybody other than I am, voice included. And item number six is to show the viewers behind the scenes. Add some B-roll. Add some stuff of you just getting ready for your videos or your hobbies, your pets like Otis and Olive. Again, you know, subscribe and feed a poodle. Number seven, goodness, do I love this. Nothing is more authentic to viewers when you have the ability to say, you know what, I kind of screwed up. I messed up. I want to apologize and let you know I made a mistake. Man, that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of masculinity. It takes a lot of stepping up and saying, the fact of the matter is, I wish I would have handled this in a different way. That is authentic. Hey, if you're digging this, consider hitting the like button or subscribe, and let's continue. Item number 8 is to share your journey along the way. I really love this. You know, so many people are like, well, I'm going to see what happens, publish a few videos. Instead, when you think of a journey, there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. And fact of the matter is, great creators never reach the end until they are done, if you know what I mean. And along the way, you can share how you've changed and grown and how you've become your authentic self on camera. I want to dive deeper into that. One of the things I hear a lot is just be yourself, but what if you suck? That's not good advice. For some people, that's license just not to care and just to do whatever. I want to really be the best version of myself possible, and I want to take into consideration why my audience is there. For me, it's YouTube tips. It's on-camera presence, how to do that. It's about video editing. It's about all the stuff that a YouTuber needs to succeed. So when I started, I had too much humor, and the humor got in the way of the information the audience really wanted for the majority. Now I'm grateful for some of the early adopters. They loved my zany, quirky humor, and that just lets you know that it can work. But today I'm always really conscious of the fact of sharing my journey and striving to be the best version of myself possible for the audience in a very authentic way. You dig? Avoid clickbait. Now this is kind of weird because clickbait does not mean you cannot compel a viewer. Clickbait does not mean that you can't use really crazy, like super compelling, triggering titles and thumbnails. For me personally, the only thing that matters is when a viewer clicks on my video, by the time they get to the end, they like it and they enjoy it. And if I can push a viewer to click a little bit more often and they walk away thinking that was a great video, or they watch another one of my videos, or they subscribe, that's a win. Item number 10 is for you to express your full opinion unapologetically. The more you can get in touch with that, which is kind of like, being honest with where you stand. This is an extension of that. When you can just be you and honor what you believe with the people around you, and obviously when we're online, it is a global audience. Fact of the matter is you can't please everybody, and that's okay. When you can stand in who you are, what you believe, and you're unapologetic, that is sexy. Be transparent. Share the good times, the bad times, the challenges that you face. I gotta tell you, I've been sick for a couple weeks and I haven't made videos, and it's been a bummer. And some of the videos I've published have been so transparent, really sharing the nooks and crannies of my personal life. Getting emotional on camera because that's where I was at. I have no problem with that. That's vulnerability, that's transparency, and that is powerful when we're talking about authenticity. And this brings me right to number 12, which is to show real emotion. The most powerful thing that you can do when you create a video is to think, well, how am I going to make a viewer think or feel about this particular subject? Now, if you're doing gaming videos, make them laugh. That is a feeling. If you're creating documentary style videos about a personality, then you can think, well, how can I make them feel and think deeply about this subject? Even on a bad day. Avoid scripted content. That's number 13. I've got a couple thoughts. Number 1, that is super powerful. This video is top of mind based on a few simple bullet points that I've come up with. Fact of the matter is, practicing speaking off the cuff is really powerful, and it gives you a license to create videos fast because you don't have to plan, because you've practiced and you've put yourself in front of the camera. However, there is a time and a place to script and to study and to plan. Try your best to create a powerful video that deeply connects with the audience. So I think both are really powerful. How about you? I'd love to get your feedback. Leave me a comment below. Item number 14, show your hobbies. Man, I love this. Again, I think when you can bring people into your world while still honoring the value proposition of your channel. What is the value you bring? So for me, it's YouTube tips and how to move forward with that. But if I can mention photography, which is actually pretty closely connected, you need a camera, right? Well, then I'm just sharing a little bit about what makes me tick and who I am. This is a great way to really share in an authentic way. Number 15 is to be your authentic self. And the way you can do that, well, that's what this video is about. But how do we do that? Strive to come up with your own style. As I'm filming this right now, I'm thinking of Steve Martin, overnight success, only it took him 10 years to develop his stand-up comedy act. You know, he worked on it for 10 years. He was the #1 comedian in the country. He toured a few more years and then it was kind of over and he transitioned into film. So it takes time to develop your style, your authentic self, and the things you say, the things that make you you. When you're getting started, if you don't have answers to, well, what makes me unique and different, that's totally awesome and it's okay. But what you can do is you can ask the question, what does make me different and unique? And the more you do that, leave it open-ended, then you're going to be more likely to get answers back on a subconscious level. That's why people have big ideas in the shower, because they've tasked their brain. So think about, how can I develop an authentic style? And you'll do just that. Item number 16 is to provide feedback. This is easy. Over time, you'll get comments. Over time, you can ask a question or create a poll on your community tab. There's lots of ways for viewers to provide feedback, and you can create kind of an exchange loop of information where you'll incorporate a comment into another video. You can create a post or poll on your community tab, and then you can create content based on that, and you've got this ongoing exchange or communication loop with your audience. Really powerful. Bonus tip: if you want more comments, do not actually focus on getting more comments, because you're better off to focus on improving your content. How's your voiceover, your story, your title, and more? When you do that, people will naturally get excited about what you're publishing. You'll improve your skills. The comments, the views, and the subscribers will come. Item number 17, love this one. Share your success as well as your failures. Everybody is human. We love an underdog story. It captures our attention. Why? Well, because we all struggle. To struggle is to be human. So don't think for a minute you need to present yourself in this perfect light. You do not. In fact, when you do that, you kind of create this sterile, perfect image that's hard for people to connect with and relate to, which is the whole point of video. Pull back the curtain. Share the good times, share the bad times, and most certainly share the struggle. Number 18, highly authentic connections and collaborations. Here's what I want to suggest. If you're interested in thinking about how can I collaborate, awesome. But the way to do that is to not have any expectations of what you're trying to get from someone else. Just show up. Just be willing to get to know them. And if you like hanging out and so on and you become friends, at that point you might say, it would be really fun to do a collaboration. And that is such a great way to move forward, because you're honoring the individual for who they are rather what they can do for you. Are you digging what I'm laying down? Because I'm feeling good today, and it's so good to be in the studio, just kind of being my quirky, fun self and sharing some tips and tactics with you on authenticity. Number 19, be passionate. Be excited. Make a video based on a topic you're really excited about, as well as topics, that I think this could get more views. But if it's always just for the audience and you're in a subject or a topic-driven channel where you're not able to really connect with your passions and whatnot, if you're chasing the quan, the cheddar, the dollar, and more, well then sadly, it might be a little harder to tap into that passion that people really gravitate towards. So for me, this topic, is this going to get 1 million views? Authenticity? Maybe, but it's definitely not like how to get more views on YouTube, which is the #1 kind of search-driven topic and so on. Those are the kind of topics that do well in browse and suggested, but it's important. And furthermore, I'm passionate about this because at the end of the day, if you want to get more views, nothing is more powerful than how you present on camera or in your voiceover. So the more we try to practice our authentic delivery and to show up on camera in a passionate way, the more likely we can get the views, and that's pretty far out. Number 20 has gotten me in trouble. I just need to apologize to you, the viewer. Over-promising. Sometimes I have ideas in my head. I think I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna do a thing, and I don't. Because as a creative, I've got a lot of ideas up here. I have a lot of ideas about how it's gonna be, what I'm gonna share, and what I'm gonna make. Oftentimes, it's not really the case. How about you? Do you often find yourself having all these ideas and you can't act on all of them? So for me, this is a good reminder. Let go of over-promising. Item 21 is to stay true to you. You know, I mentioned Steve Martin. Imagine if other comedians were trying to tap in and polish an act that was based on Steve Martin. Nobody could do that but Steve Martin. And it's the same thing for YouTube creators. I can't be Nick Nimmin or Daniel Battelle, and yet somehow I appear in their music videos because I wear sunglasses really good. That's my point. Be yourself. Learn what that means. Have the audacity and the tenacity to put yourself on camera. Practice speaking in a way that's fun and engaging. If you feel like I missed it, do a retake. Go over that point again. Over time, you will get better. Pay attention to your analytics. See how the audience is responding. And when you do those things together, you'll be amazed at just how far you can go. One other thing, this video on the screen now really highlights how the algorithm works and what you can do to make sure your videos get pushed out to more viewers. Click on that video and I'll see you there. You dig what I'm laying down? I dig it. I'm having fun. And maybe that's the idea of being authentic. Maybe we just need to have a little bit of more fun. A little bit of more fun. I don't know what that is, but it's okay. I'll see you.